Only 5 players have averaged more than 35 points per game in an NBA season. What if I told you that we was about to witness the 6th? Welcome to HBD Sports, and today we have a special one about a player on a scoring streak not seen in the NBA since the 1960s. The 2018-2019 Houston Rockets were expected to be among the league's top scoring teams, but the first few weeks of the season didn't go as planned, including a blowout loss to the New Orleans Pelicans on opening day. The seemingly upgraded roster that now included NBA legend Carmelo Anthony was struggling to gel and started the season with a 4-7 record. But something was brewing in Houston. James Harden was about to go on one of the most historic scoring streaks in NBA history. After a somewhat slow start by Harden standards on 11-11, the defending MVP came to life, scoring 40 points against the Pacers in what was a sign of things to come. Harden followed that up on November 21st by dropping 43 points on the Pistons. 3 days later, on the 24th, Harden would put 40 on the Cavaliers, followed by a 54-point performance against Washington on the 26th. In December, Harden really seemed to be rounding into shape. On the 13th, Harden would score 50 on the Lakers, followed by a 47 against Utah on the 17th. Looking back, the previous month was only a primer because on Christmas Day, Harden's 41 points versus Oklahoma City would kick off a streak of 40-point games. On December the 27th, he torched the defensive-minded Celtics for 45 points. On the 29th, Harden would score 41 against New Orleans, followed by another 43 against the slower-paced Grizzlies on the last day of the month. What Harden did in November and December is worthy of its own video, but he was just getting started. On the 3rd of January, he scored 44 against defending champions Golden State. On the 9th, another 42 against Milwaukee, followed by 43 against Cleveland just 2 days later on the 11th. On the 14th, he again lit the Grizzlies up for a double nickel, adding another 55 points to his historic season totals. On the 16th, Harden had another huge game against Brooklyn, putting up 58 points. On the 19th, LeBron could only watch from the bench as Harden scored 48 against his Lakers. But what Harden did to the Knicks a few nights later on the 23rd of January was historic. Harden scored a career-high 61 points, including 36 in the first half. Harden's 61 points tied Kobe Bryant for the most an opposing player has scored in the history of Madison Square Garden. This made Harden, who also scored 60 points almost exactly a year ago against the Magic, the 5th player in NBA history to record multiple 60-point games. Harden also tied Rick Barry with his 14th career 50-point game. With a couple of games remaining in the month of January, James Harden is averaging 45.3 points per game on the month. The only other player to average 45 points per game in a calendar month is Wilt Chamberlain. Harden also joined Chamberlain as the only player in NBA history to record back-to-back 55-point games. Harden is the first player to score 55-plus points in a game 3 times in a calendar month since Chamberlain did it in January of 1963. To put Harden's historic season in perspective, only 5 players in NBA history have finished the season averaging over 35 points per game: Chamberlain, Jordan, Bryant, Barry, and Baylor. At the halfway point of the 18-19 season, Harden's scoring has developed into one of the league's most interesting storylines. Regardless of what happens the rest of the season, Harden has already cemented his name in the NBA record books and is the frontrunner at this point to repeat as MVP. Maybe more impressive is that the Rockets have been winning during Harden's historic tear. They currently sit in 5th place in the Western Conference standings. Since 1987, Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant are the only players to finish the season averaging over 35 points per game. Is Harden going to be the 3rd? What do you think? Can Harden continue to put numbers up at this pace, or will he come back to earth once the Rockets are fully healthy? Thanks for watching this video until the end. Please like and subscribe for more awesome content.